Ryan Garcia isn't overly concerned about facing Devin Haney again. In his mind, their first fight settled everything, and he has nothing left to prove. He believes he already demonstrated his superiority when he beat Haney last April, and he's not dwelling on a rematch out of any lingering bitterness. To him, it's not a personal rivalry that needs closure. However, despite his indifference, he acknowledges that the rematch is likely to happen in October. The key factor determining whether it takes place is their performances in their upcoming fights on May 2nd. If both he and Haney win at the Fatal Fury event in Times Square, New York City, they will be on a collision course once again, this time with even more at stake. Before Garcia can focus on Haney, he must first overcome a tough challenge in Rolando "Raleigh" Romero, a former WBA light welterweight champion, known for his unorthodox and explosive fighting style. Romero is unpredictable, powerful, and always dangerous in the ring, making him a serious threat to Garcia's plans. Meanwhile, Haney faces an equally demanding task against Jose Ramirez. In the co-main event, Ramirez is an aggressive pressure fighter with the ability to make things uncomfortable for his opponents, and his matchup with Haney is shaping up to be a classic battle of skill versus relentless pressure. If both Garcia and Haney emerge victorious, their rematch will become one of the most talked about fights in boxing. However, Ryan remains unfazed by the possibility. He casually outlines his ambitions beyond Haney, making it clear that he is already looking ahead to even bigger challenges. He has his sights set on a massive 2026 campaign, where he envisions facing top names like Teofimo Lopez and rising star Jaron Boots Ennis, both of whom represent significant tests in his pursuit of boxing greatness. Even though the rematch with Haney is becoming increasingly likely, Garcia is quick to point out that it's not happening because he needs it. He's only considering it because the Riyadh season organizers are interested in making it happen. In his opinion, Haney hasn't truly earned a second shot just yet. Ryan argues that if Haney really wants to prove himself, he should first go through some of the toughest names in the division, such as WBC champion Gary Antoine Russell or IBF champion Richardson Hitchens. Garcia feels that Haney should demonstrate his ability to beat elite competition before stepping back into the ring with him. He believes that simply holding a belt doesn't automatically grant someone the right to a rematch, especially in today's boxing landscape where championship belts don't carry the same weight they once did. Ryan sees himself as the bigger star, the one making the fights that fans truly want to see, while Haney still has more to prove before he can demand another opportunity. While Haney may view a rematch as a necessary step to restore his reputation and avenge his loss, Garcia treats it as just another fight on his schedule. He's not treating it as a must-win for his legacy, nor is he approaching it with the same desperation that Haney might. His confidence is at an all-time high, and he sees himself as the one in control of the situation. The real question is whether his attitude will change if Haney puts on a dominant performance against Ramirez. If Haney looks impressive and comes into the rematch with renewed determination, will Garcia start taking him more seriously? Could a hungry, vengeful Haney bring out a different side of Ryan, forcing him to engage in a fight that's more personal? Then he's letting on? As the May 2nd event draws closer, the stakes continue to rise. If both men win their fights, the rematch is guaranteed, setting the stage for another highly anticipated showdown between two of boxing's brightest young stars. But if either one falters, the landscape of the division could shift dramatically, opening up entirely new possibilities for both fighters. Garcia remains confident that he's on the right path, and that Haney is simply another step in his journey, not the ultimate destination. However, with so many moving pieces in play, nothing is set in stone, and the coming months could shape the next chapter of both their careers in ways no one expects. Ryan Garcia's attitude toward the potential rematch with Devin Haney reveals a lot about his current mindset. Unlike many fighters who crave revenge or want to silence doubters, Ryan sees the fight as nothing more than business. He isn't chasing Haney, nor does he believe there's anything left to settle between them. He beat him once, and in his mind, that's enough. This level of confidence, some might even call it indifference, sets Garcia apart from other boxers, who might let emotions dictate their decisions. However, this raises an interesting question. Does Ryan truly believe Haney is no longer a threat, or is he downplaying the rematch to keep himself mentally focused on bigger challenges ahead?